Good evening everyone, welcome to Lukman IAS. So today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 21st October 2022. Before starting the session, let me tell you that most of the students now having or going to enjoy the Diwali holiday. So before Diwali holiday itself, let me wish you all a very happy and prosperous Deepavali. And yes, again after celebrating this Diwali with your family members, you need to come back and start the preparation with the full fledged, for especially for mains examination. November December month, it's still the time for improvement, and thereafter you need to shift to your prelims preparation. And we let's say most of the students know here that we have Tucker test series at Lukman IAS, which is integrated test series for your mains and prelims examination. And yes, this Tucker test series is going to be very helpful for improving your let's say answer writing skills, and along with that the MCQ solving skill also. And along with that the essay writing practice is being done. Along with that, let's say CSAT practice is also there, CSAT papers are also there. So you can visit the Lukman IAS website to get the complete plan of all these tests till your interview preparation. We can say the phase 4 of this Tucker test series is there. So you can join the Tucker test series at Lukman IAS and get yourself continuously evaluated, because yes, evaluation is the most important, let's say, factor for this preparation journey, examination preparation journey. Fine. So yes, 21st October, this is the newspaper. Now one by one let's see the news. Okay, fine. So international relations, just have the follow up that UK Prime Minister is going to resign due to the economic crisis that is going on in the country. Economic crisis, especially you should know that the tax subsidies or concessions, we can say, that are given by the present government or present Prime Minister there, tax benefits especially to the industrialist or corporate sector. And yes, the country is not recovering from the economic crisis or not having the economic growth, we can say, because of generally the reason that is attributed is Ukraine Russia war, and because of that increase in crude oil and natural gas prices. So overall commodity prices have increased, and along with that the demand in the economy has declined. So overall economic growth has reduced. Yes, you must be also knowing that we have surpassed UK to become the 5th largest economy in the world recently. Fine, this much information is sufficient. Look at this news. Competition panel imposes rupees 1,338 crore penalty on Google company. Now, for what purpose this, let's say, has been imposed, you should be knowing this. Briefly, we will discuss this news. This is relevant to GS2 paper governance as well as GS3 paper economy part. You should know that there is something called as antitrust, or simply we can also say that when these giant, we call them as tech giants, for example Google, Facebook, or we can say that the other companies like Amazon, these are considered as tech giants. And what happens is they adopt anti-competitive practices due to their dominant market positions. And therefore the small players in the market are providing similar goods and services. They are, let's say, at receiving end, they are not able to compete with these dominant players. Why? Because of certain anti-competitive practices. Now in India, if we see that such kind of practices are checked by a statutory body, Competition Commission of India. This body was established as a statutory body under Competition Commission of India Act 2002. Remember this. And CCI, you can see the news here that CCI has imposed the penalty. So for anti-competitive practices on Google, let's understand what Google has done. Now all of us use Android phone, right? And in that Android phone, Android operating system is there, right? So what we observe whenever we buy the mobile phone, smartphone having the Android operating system, there are many such pre-installed applications, especially of Google company. For example, we know there is Play Store. सबसे शुरुआत ही जो है मोबाइल यूज करने की Play Store से होती है, because we download all these apps from the Play Store and then start using the mobile for different purposes. Then there is YouTube, then there is Google Chrome, then there is search engine, Google search engine, already installed. We can say that pre-installed application. And whenever, let's say a Google company is having a licensing for any other mobile manufacturers, or we can say other equipments manufacturers, these OEMs, they are given license by Google, or there is some kind of agreement that these apps should be pre-installed, and along with that this provides the competitive edge to Google company. Why? Google benefits from all this. Try to understand. Whenever any app developer uses Play Store as, we can say, a particular for providing the service, providing the app to the users, so they are using the Play Store. Then YouTube, advertisement, Chrome, again advertisement, search, again advertisement. From these advertisement, of course, they are earning a lot of revenue. So by default, there is this, in this provision in agreement, there is provision that by default this search engine will be used. Why? Because there should be some option to the user. No, so this is anti-competitive practices. Why? Just because they have dominant position in the market. We know that for the other Android users, we have this Apple Store. Okay. Other than Android users, we have Apple Store, but we generally know that Apple high-end users, limited users, but this is actually focusing on, Google focuses on broadening the user base, focuses on broadening the user base from which it earns revenue by reaching out to more number of people. एडवर्टाइजमेंट से सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा आता है, तो इनका ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है, इसका नहीं है इतना, इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है लिमिटेड लोगों तक ही पहुंचना है, राइट? सो दिस इज लीडिंग टू एंटी कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रैक्टिसेस एंड दैट्स व्हाई दिस फाइन इज इम्पोज्ड ऑन. And along with that, you should also know that CCI has given 1 month time limit to implement certain directives given to Google company. Okay, so this is very strict action taken by CCI, and this is very important to ensure that market remains fair to all players in that market. Okay, and this is very important. Why? Because India is promoting open market system, or we can say that we are promoting laissez-faire. और जब भी हम dominant player होता है market में, अगर without regulation रहेगा, तो of course they use this dominant position for their benefits. So remember this. Now coming back to newspaper, this was the news. Now, Prime Minister launches new mission to combat climate change. Okay, so look at this news. The name of the initiative is Mission Life, Lifestyle for Environment. Now, this idea was given by our Prime Minister at Glasgow Summit last year, UK, COP26. Glasgow Summit, this idea was given, and the motive behind this initiative is basically each and every person can contribute towards climate change action. At present, what we are witnessing is, let's say, focus is by the government or the large companies or international organizations, non-profit organizations. They are fighting for this climate change actions. However, let's say the contribution by each and every person could be done, and that could result into larger impact. Such initiative is the first of its kind in the world. So that's why the UN Secretary General was present here, and our Prime Minister in presence of him launched this Mission Life, a new initiative for sustainable and healthy lifestyle. कहाँ पे लॉन्च किया ये? स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी इन गुजरात इनिशिएटिव. द मिशन लाइफ मेक्स द फाइट अगेंस्ट क्लाइमेट चेंज डेमोक्रेटिक with the contribution of everyone in their own capacity. Okay, so remember this new initiative launched. Now, look at this news. Okay, Center for Science and Environment, it has done certain analysis. It has done certain analysis, and it is saying that crucial to act against pollution this winter. Okay, so we know that Delhi and NCR region is going to face the environment air pollution issue again during the coming weeks. So Delhi's average particulate matter 2.5 major pollutant level during the winter had improved during the pandemic. However, it has stagnated subsequently according to the analysis by the CSE. Now, action taken by authorities this winter will determine if the pollution curve will bend or rise further. ठीक है, तो PM 2.5 का कर्व जो है पैंडेमिक में थोड़ा सा नीचे आया था और 21 में ऐसा स्टैग्नेंट हो गया है. Now, if the appropriate actions are taken by the authorities during this winter, then it can further reduce. If the actions are not taken, it will further increase. Likewise, it is saying you can mention this data in your answer. Suppose the next time let's say there is question in mains examination. The analysis has been done for annual and seasonal trends of PM 2.5 from January 1st, 2015 to October 2022. Okay, now air pollution on night of Deepavali still continues to be a worry. तो क्या होता है? PM 2.5 concentration on Diwali night 8 PM to 8 AM last year stood at 747 per cubic meter, 22% higher than Deepavali 2022. These facts could be mentioned whenever we are writing air pollution issue in Delhi. Okay, so data point that we are working on or data book we are working on, you can mention this environment section GS3 paper. Now, moving on. Look at this news. Honesty shops inculcate virtues among the students. Use this as a case study for ethics. Case study or example for ethics. Now, in ethics, we know the important part is value inculcation or socialization process, where attitude and character of the children is built by various societal members including parents, teachers and overall school environment, other societal members. But if we talk about the school environment and the teachers, this is unique initiative in Kerala, where honesty shops have been establish. What do you mean by honesty shops? See here, and you can deliberately use this whenever we talk about socialization and the role of teachers or role of schools in inculcation of good values like honesty and integrity. What they have done, the honesty shops opened in nearly 15 schools in Kerala's Ernakulam district as a part of student police cadet project, have gifted some valuable lessons on trust, truth, integrity for students. See, all these values are very, very important values. Now, there is no salesman at these counters and the students can drop the money for each item they collect in the collection box kept on the table. They can walk in, choose the item of their choice and pay for it based on the price list displayed on it. Simple stationery items costing less than 10 rupees are placed there. Of course, on day-to-day routine basis, the students require such kind of stationery objects like pencil, eraser or all this. You can see in the photograph. And here there is no salesman to observe. Even they have not installed CCTV so as to remove any kind of pressure on the children. ठीक है, प्रेशर में तो सारे लोग ऑनेस्ट बिहेव करते हैं ना, जब उनको देख रहा है कोई तो, राइट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सिंपल एग्जाम्पल अगर देखते हैं तो मेट्रो में हम अगर ट्रैवल करते हैं तो वहां पे कोई स्पिट नहीं करेगा क्योंकि वहां पे सीसीटीवी इंस्टॉल्ड है. But if is it true, is it the same for Indian Railways, or if it let's say common Delhi, let's say DTC buses, if you see, or common roads, this is the behavior, human behavior we talk about, right? So here deliberately they have not installed the CCTV so as to not pressurize children. तो ये voluntarily values आनी चाहिए, promote होनी चाहिए, इसलिए उन्होंने ऐसा रखा है. Okay, so you can use this example in, you know, in your answers, as well as suppose there is case study, then you can use this, give reference to this as an example in your answer. Very good initiative. Okay, now moving on. Okay, so editorial page directly, look at this article, editorial on left hand side. Although the details are not that much important, let me tell you the context here of this editorial. This is important from GS2 paper IR section, international relations. Okay, IR section. Why? What is the context? Recently, India along with US had proposed listing of certain terrorists, names of the terrorists under UN list, but this was blocked by China. This was blocked by China because we know that permanent P5 जिसको बोलते हैं, one of them is China and it has decided to veto. So that's why the resolutions were not adopted successfully. The names of the terrorists given are not important, but these terrorists are the masterminds behind certain terrorist attacks in India, be it 26/11 or the Pulwama attack. ये सारे जो terrorist है उसमें involved है. Okay, so it is of interest of India to, let's say, ban these terrorists, and along with that, let's say, certain kind of justice needs to be done for those people who died because of these attacks. Pathankot attack, Uri attack, 26/11 Mumbai attacks, Parliament attack. Now, given the situation, in the second part it is doing the analysis. Now, every time, let's say, India has such kind of initiative, China is blocking such initiatives. Okay, so what could be done? There are three ways. ठीक है, कौन से तीन वे हैं वो भी देखते हैं. First way is that India should stop initiating such resolutions itself. बंद ही करना चाहिए. क्या यूज है अगर बार बार चाइना ये resolutions को रोकने वाला है? If it is going to be roadblock always, so India should not start. But of course it is not, let's say, good initiative or good choice simply. What is the second choice? Second choice is that keep, let's say, doing the efforts or bringing such resolutions continuously. अब चाइना को काम क्या है? चाइना of course is going to stop such resolutions, block such resolutions. Third option is good initiative. Open diplomatic channel with China that focuses on issue of global cooperation on terrorism, separate from other fractious bilateral issues, and to include Beijing to reconsider its untenable position. Although it is difficult but not impossible. Why? Because even in the past, we have been able to convince China to ban certain terrorists and let's say bring Pakistan, if we talk about under FATF grey list. ये देखिए FATF के ग्रे लिस्ट में लाने के लिए चाइना को कन्विंस किया गया था and we were successful in that. So even let's say to list the Masood Azhar, earlier China blocked in 2009, but later UNSC listed Masood Azhar in 2019 as a part of UNSC list, right? So the diplomacy could pay here rather than confrontation. Simply you can take input from this. One of the issue we can talk about in international relations at present. Now look at this lead article, very important, from GS2 paper polity part. GS2 paper polity part. Okay. So the context of this article is that recently a report of Official Language Committee was submitted to the President on 9th September 2022. On 9th September 2022, and this is the context, and it has created some kind of controversy again because certain statements were given by the chief ministers of Tamil Nadu and Kerala state, and they are objecting the implementation of let's say the recommendations of this committee. Let's first understand this, what is this committee and its mandate, and then we will come back to the recommendations also. Okay. Now, just now we have seen why news. Okay, so Official Language Committee is basically established through the constitutional provision. And it is having the responsibility to review working of Hindi as official language. That's why the name Official Language Committee. ये इसका काम है from time to time review this and give report to the President. Okay, now this Official Language Committee has recently given the report and it has recommended certain aspects. क्या recommend किया है वो देखते हैं. ठीक है. Let's understand this. Now, main recommendation says that Hindi should replace English as the language of examinations for recruitment to the government. यानी कि जो PCS होता है, स्टेट PCS और या फिर UPSC का जो एग्ज़ाम होता है उसके लिए ये रिकमेंडेशन है. सेकंड, हिंदी शुड बी ओनली मीडियम ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन इन केंद्रीय विद्यालय. वी नो दैट सेंट्रल एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर देयर, स्कूल्स, केंद्रीय विद्यालय, एंड हिंदी शुड बी द ओनली मीडियम दे आर सेइंग हियर. At present, English is also there. Indian Institute of Technology is also, IIMs also, and central universities. For all these, there should be only Hindi as a medium of instruction, especially in the Hindi-speaking states. It should be constitutionally binding on state government to propagate Hindi. Then, Official Language Committee is a statutory committee constituted under Section 4 in the Official Language Act 1963. Pardon me. Earlier I had mentioned there that it is constitutionally let's say committee, but we should rectify this information. Rather it is this committee, Official Language Committee, is a statutory means under law enacted by parliament or state legislature. Section 4 of Official Language Act 1963. Pardon me. Okay, so we will make change here. Now, Act makes it obligatory for the President to issue directions in accordance with the whole or any part of the report. तो ये जो लॉ में ही मेंशन किया है कि प्रेसिडेंट इश्यू द डायरेक्शंस on the basis of recommendations, whole of the recommendations in the report or any part. Okay, so president can do this, and to some extent president is obliged to act on the recommendations. Article 243 of Indian Constitution declares that Hindi in Devanagari script shall be the official language of the Union. It is common knowledge that Constituent Assembly had witnessed heated debate on the question of official language. We all know, we learn this in polity section, the kind of debate happened in Constituent Assembly for declaring Hindi as official language. And yes, we have Hindi as official language under Article 343, Hindi in Devanagari. This same article also provided that English language will continue for 15 years from the commencement of the Constitution. And it was further provided that if needed, Parliament may provide by law that English will continue even after period of 15 years. So you should know that the constitutional provision clearly mentioned that Hindi is the official language on the basis of Constitution Article 343. But later Parliament enacted which Act? Official Languages Act 1963. Which provided for continuance of English indefinitely as official language along with the Hindi for official purposes of union and for transaction business in the Parliament. Understood? So, Constitution of India only provided for Hindi as the official language and English as only for 15 years. After commencement of this, we can say Constitution. Now, let us do some analysis here, and in analysis, now we have seen Article 343. Now, official language also we have seen. Analysis में क्या देखना है यहाँ पे? Positives. First, declaring Hindi as official language or medium of instruction have some positives like uniformity, administrative efficiency. It also promotes to some extent unity, coordination. Now, these positives, along with that, you should be also understand the issues of declaring only Hindi as official language. We know that India, we have very high level of linguistic diversity. Right, and yes, our Schedule 8 of Indian Constitution has 22 such listed languages which are widely used in the country. 22 scheduled languages we call them, right? So that's why we have added this image. You can see that Hindi is one of them. So we can clearly here understand that the unity in diversity, this principle that we always emphasize in India to protect its unity and integrity, this will be at, we can say, problem when only Hindi is declared as medium of instruction. For example, let's say there is IIT. So there are different IITs, and if suppose the Hindi speaking state, so IIT Delhi suppose adopt only Hindi as a medium of instruction. Of course, the students from all states will get admitted in IIT Delhi. So of course, what will happen there? There will be some kind of alienation of students from non-Hindi speaking states, especially southern states. The same will happen to Hindi belt students getting admitted in IIT Madras. Okay, for let's say if the IIT Madras adopt the regional language as the medium of instruction. तो ये जो issue है, this is against unity in diversity. The second thing we should clearly understand, this official language committee is not having mandate to recommend use of Hindi or Hindi only as a medium of instruction. Clearly there is some kind of violation of its mandate here by this committee. Why? Because this committee is only to review of working of Hindi as a medium of instruction in different parts of the country, in various institutions. This is not done, rather this is done, and again the statutorily president must act on these recommendations. This is going to be problematic. The third aspect we should understand, in the globalized world, we have already understood the importance of language of English. Especially, let's say we can say science and technology, research and development, and other areas of global cooperation, the medium that is largely accepted is English. So for that purpose, if we change the medium and keep it as a regional language, then there will be problem in progress, we can say scientific development progress in general. So what should be the way forward? Way forward here should be promote both Hindi and English simultaneously. Both languages should be official languages of instruction. Both have unique importance. Yes, we cannot say that only English should be the language. Hindi should be also promoted. Hindi should be also promoted. If you see the let's say countries like European countries, China, South Korea, these countries promote their own language. Try to understand. But along with that, they also promote English to some extent, especially for medium of instruction and global cooperation. So way forward ऐसे हमें बताना है. Along with that, we need to also understand the sentiments of certain states. People from certain states like Tamil Nadu. In 1960s, we have already seen the bloodshed because of certain actions, directives by the central government at that time to impose Hindi as the language, we can say the sole language in those states. So you should understand here, we should understand here that these sentiments should not be hurt. ठीक है, तो ये sensitive matter है, इसको ठीक से handle करना है. A similar issue emerges whenever we talk about let's say education policy and the 3 language policy formula. 3 language formula. Even the present National Education Policy 2020 also adopt this 3 language formula, but some kind of voluntariness is added there. There is no compulsion, especially for non-Hindi speaking states. Okay, so we can use this is whenever if the question is talking about education policy or if this is the context. Fine. Okay, coming back to newspaper. Look at this article. Small, but already we have repeated many a times this article. Yes, stubble burning. India's burning issues needs to be addressed sustainably. In the first part, the article is talking about the background, the root cause of issue, then the steps taken by the government over the last 5 years, and the sustainable steps that are required are mentioned there. You should understand that the issue of stubble burning, जब हम बात करते हैं crop residue burning, that goes back to the era of green revolution. अगर root cause अगर ढूंढते हैं तो why? Because green revolution, especially in Punjab and Haryana, is successful. Green Revolution was the package technology, we can say, and it involved high yielding varieties, first thing, of paddy and wheat. So it created some kind of monoculture or two crop system. There was this question in mains GS1 paper. Why rice and wheat system was successful in Punjab and Haryana and Western UP region? This was the question in a mains examination, UPSC mains examination. You should be mentioning all this. Then there was sufficient irrigation was made available, high yielding varieties were there. Irrigation, government support, like for example MSP, then along with that compulsory procurement through PDS and FCI infrastructure network, Food Corporation of India, public distribution system. Along with that, use of chemicals, fertilizers. Thereafter, power subsidy, seed subsidy, fertilizer subsidies strengthened this two crop system or rice wheat cultivation system in that region. So over the period of time now, farmers are reluctant to change the cropping pattern in that region. Now the problem here is that high yielding varieties, these crops are having very, let's say, short duration between them, Kharif and Rabi, rice after wheat, only 20 to 21 days time, let's say, window is there to harvest one crop and sow next crop. तो ये जो हम 20 से 21 दिन में बोल रहे हैं, तो farmers do not have appropriate incentives and that's why they resort to burning of this residue. Now this burning is largely contributing, we can say, about 50% to Delhi NCR pollution that we observe during Diwali time period. But the repercussions of stubble burning is not only limited to that region but whole Indo-Gangetic plain. Okay, till Bihar, West Bengal also. Now recent times में कौन से let's say steps लिए गए हैं, if we talk about in situ and ex situ measures, you can divide like this the steps taken till that. Okay, so a series of short-term in situ and ex situ solutions have been rolled out by thus both state and union. In situ solutions include happy seeders, biodecomposers, while the ex situ includes collecting and using stubble as a fuel in boilers to produce ethanol or simply use in thermal power plants. So recently we have discussed this palletization or using this for manufacturing of pallets. They could be used as a substitute for coal in coal-fired thermal power plants. So remember this aspect also. But the writer is saying that they are short-sighted measures. ये root cause को deal नहीं कर रहे हैं. तो root cause को कैसे deal करना चाहिए? Yes, we need to sow or shift towards agroecologically suitable crops like cotton, maize, pulses and oilseeds. And the writer is right in saying that farmers cannot easily shift to these crops. There should be whole transformation like that we have done in Green Revolution. जितना support government ने उस time पे दिया था, उतना ही support जो है farmers को लगेगा to shift towards these crops. Okay, so like for example, appropriate kind of incentives like MSP for this compulsory procurement, appropriate market, demand, all these things should be created. It will also require building trust with the farmers to ensure that they are seen as a partners rather than the culprit or we can say perpetrators, and provide them financial support necessary. So yes, of course, we can write like this as a sustainable measure to this particular problem. GS3 paper environment section. Okay, so look at this small news mentioned here with the photograph. The women farmer is actually harvesting the paddy. Yes, women harvest the salt water tolerant Pokkali paddy. Remember this for prelims examination. Pokkali paddy. Yes, salt tolerant varieties are grown there near Kochi, Kerala. It is traditional practice in Kerala. Pokkali is ancient farming practice where one season of rice farming is alternated with another season of fish culture. So rice farming and fish farming mutually complement with each other. Pokkali, paddy. Remember this, Kerala. Now, text and context. Okay, saving the vultures of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so simply I will highlight some important points. You note down in your notebook, notes, या फिर आप जब newspaper पढ़ रहे हैं वहाँ पे highlight करिए. Right, so Tamil Nadu is home to 4 species of vultures: white rump vulture, long-billed vulture, Asian king vulture, Egyptian vulture. Now, which areas especially having large population? Nilgiris, Erode and Coimbatore district. Especially protected areas like Mudumalai Tiger Reserve, parts of Nilgiri Forest Division and Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. They are crucial stronghold. Right. So, let's understand the problems here or before that significance. What role do vultures play in local ecosystem? We should clearly understand that vultures are the natural scavengers of the world or nature. Okay, so dead animals are basically scavenged by these vultures, and therefore it increases the speed of decomposition of that organic matter. Okay, so they have the acidic system in their body and they are unique in the food chain, we can say. They are unique in the food chain. So as a scavenger, vulture help to prevent spread of many diseases and can remove toxins from entering the environment by consuming carcasses of dead cattle, wild animals before they decompose. Unfortunately, their tolerance for harmful substances does not extend to man-made drugs. Which drug we are talking here specifically? Diclofenac. यहाँ पे mention किया हुआ है कहीं तो भी. Yes. Diclofenac, a drug to treat cattle, while there are strict restrictions for the sale of other drugs in Nilgiris and the surrounding district. Fine. So you should be remembering that the use of some non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs NSAID to treat the cattle such as diclofenac or nimesulide, ketoprofen among the others has led to decline in vulture population. This is given in NCERT somewhere in one box. This was asked in the UPSC prelims also, diclofenac. The reason, what happens is here there is biomagnification process at work. The name of the process is biomagnification. Okay. So this particular diclofenac is used to treat cattle. Okay. तो ये पेन किलर होता है एक्चुअली, पेन किलर. But when it passes to the next trophic level and when the vultures feed on the dead cattle, its amount concentration increases. Increase in the concentration leads to kidney failure of vultures and then they die. So most of the population of vultures in India decline because of this drug. Remember this. Now other problems, threats they are facing, like for example the religious tourism, or simply we can say there are many temples, and because of that human interference is there in those protected areas, and therefore these vulture habitats are facing problem there. Then along with that, spread of invasive weeds such as Lantana camara, the vulture landscapes which let's say hinder the birds from scavenging, as their large wingspan requires plenty of open area to safely land and to take to the sky in case there is major threat. अब ये लैंटेना कैमरा जो होता है, ये जो ग्रास का वैरायटी है, इट इज इन्वेजिव एलियन स्पीसीज फाउंड इन थ्रू आउट इंडिया नाउअडेज, और उसका जो हाइट होता है काफी ज्यादा होता है. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिंग these birds to land as well as take off whenever there is any kind of threat. Along with that, due to illegal tapping of water along the streams running through these areas, possible climate change, forest fires, these are the other threats we can say. Fine. So the steps taken, like for example, the state government has banned the diclofenac and other similar drugs in those areas. You should know that Government of India has launched the unique initiative. Forest officials have launched unique initiatives. They are called as vulture restaurants. They are very successful where in Maharashtra and Punjab. Forest departments of Maharashtra and Punjab, they have let's say vulture restaurant. What they do in vulture restaurant, क्या करते हैं वहाँ पर वो, जो प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज और सराउंडिंग के कोई भी फार्मर्स का कोई कैटल मर जाता है तो उनको ला के वो यहाँ पे रख देते हैं उस रेस्टोरेंट के जगह ओपन स्पेस में, वहाँ पे वल्चर्स आके खाते हैं. दे फीड ऑन दोज डेड एनिमल्स. So it's like a similar to human restaurants where we eat, so simply like that only to conserve those species here. Now, how is energy crisis in Europe shaping? This article is written with the context that the gas field in Groningen in Netherlands has once again in spotlight. Why? Because the Netherlands government earlier had said that, committed that will stop this particular gas field in Netherlands. Why? Because this gas field, when it was opened in 1960s, over the period of time, it has affected the underlying rock structure and therefore various tremors have been observed there, earthquakes. So we all know that man-made factors like mining is there, or nuclear test or blast are there, or if we say the reservoir induced earthquakes, they are man-made activities, and one of them is this, we can say, deep mining. Now coming back to this PPT, I will show you on the map the location. Okay, so Groningen natural gas field is located on the northeastern or northern side here of Netherlands. Netherlands is part of West European countries, or we can say this is North Sea. This is North Sea. Look at the map here. This is UK. So यहाँ पे UK है कहीं तो भी. Or on this side, the north side, there are Nordic countries. You can see here. So this is North Sea. ये जो दिखाया गया है. So this is Netherlands, and somewhere here there is Amsterdam. What is the name? Type of port? Amsterdam port जो है हम NCERT में पढ़ते हैं 12th standard NCERT geography. Type of port? Entreport. Entreport port जिसको बोला जाता है. What is entreport type of port? Whatever the goods are there from the interiors of this Europe, they are brought here, and from this point they are exported. This is kind of collection point. Similarly, in Asia, Singapore port is the famous one, entrepot port, we can say. Fine, this much information is sufficient. Coming back to newspaper. Okay, now, yes, this quiz I wanted to solve here with you because this is having some relevance to our examination. Why? Look at the name of the news. Tamil Nadu government recently notified setting of country's first slender loris sanctuary. Country's first slender loris sanctuary. Talking about this sanctuary first, look at this primate. Slender loris is a, let's say, species, primate species found in India. Tamil Nadu government has notified country's first Kadavur slender loris sanctuary covering 11,000 hectares in Karur and Dindigul districts of the state. Talking about this particular unique species, slender loris are small nocturnal mammals. Nocturnal mammals and are arboreal. Arboreal in nature means they lives on the trees. Arboreal मतलब क्या होता है? They live on the trees. जमीन पे नहीं आते हैं ज़्यादा. ठीक है, तो उनको arboreal बोला जाता है. As they spend most of their life on trees. The species listed as endangered as per IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. So yes, endangered species है and act as a biological predator to pests of the agriculture crop. So that's why they are beneficial to the farmers. right? So it's kind of natural pesticide, no? Pest खा लेते हैं, it's their food. Fine. So this is Slender Loris Sanctuary. Now coming back to that quiz, this can be asked in the prelims examination. Remember this sanctuary, because this is the first such sanctuary for this Slender Loris. Look at the first question. For which marine animal has 448 square kilometer in Park Bay, covering the coastal waters of Tanjore and Pudukkottai district, has been notified as a conservation reserve? In July month this year, this was declared as Dugong Conservation Reserve. Dugong, also called as sea cow, it lives on the bottom of continental shelf, tropical waters. There was this question in prelims examination on sea cow, sea lion, ऐसा उन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा हुआ था. So this is Dugong and it is found in Gulf of Mannar region. तो ये Dugong Conservation Reserve है. Second question, Slender Loris is faunivorous. अभी हमने बात की है इसके बारे में, Slender Loris के बारे में. Now, in order to prevent attack from toxic prey like some ants and beetles, what does the primate do before digging into prey's colony? Very unique mechanism. You should remember 2021 prelims examination question related to certain animals as a defense mechanism they roll up. ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि नहीं? Do you remember that question? तो ये भी डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म पूछ रहा है. तो यूनिक डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म क्या है? They urinate on their hands. क्या करते हैं वो? They urinate on their hands before entering into those ants colony. उससे क्या होता है? They mimic the kind of toxin these ants release. तो ants को लगता है कि वो favorable कुछ तो हो रहा है आजू बाजू में. ठीक है? So remember this defense mechanism. Now, for which endangered animal there are 52 designated reserves across the country, with latest being notified in 2022 as Ramghar Vishdhari, Rajasthan. Simple hai, everyone has followed this news. This is basically tiger reserve. There are at present 52 tiger reserves in the country. Okay. Name this vulnerable species of finch, which is green and yellow in color. Finch is type of bird. Okay. That is endemic to subcontinent and gets its name from a city in the country. So this maybe students may not be knowing this. Red Avdawat, name of the species. इसको रेड मुनिया भी बोला जाता है. रेड मुनिया, endemic to India and largely it is found in Gujarat. Avdawat, Ahmedabad, name of the city, उससे नाम मिला है उसको, Ahmedabad. Okay. Then next question, created in 1966 as a sanctuary to preserve the natural habitat of endangered Sangai Elds deer. It is only floating national park in the world. Name this park in northeastern part of India. Very simple, very famous, found in every, let's say, book here. Kaibul Lamjao National Park, Manipur. Kaibul Lamjao National Park, Manipur. Very famous for Fumdis, the organic masses floating, and those organic masses are having, let's say, the only habitat for this Sangai or bro antlered deer. इसको नाम क्या है? और एक bro antlered deer. Bro antlered deer. Then, which bovine listed as vulnerable in IUCN Red List is state animal of both Goa and Bihar? Okay, so Goa और Bihar का कौन है? ग्वार. और गौर we can say Indian bison जिसको बोला जाता है. ठीक है, Indian bison. So remember this. There is this photograph here mentioned, and it is saying that what is the local name of this critically endangered herbivore which receives protection at Dachigam National Park? Again very famous, it is hangul, और इसको कश्मीर स्टैग बोला जाता है. हंगुल और कश्मीर स्टैग. For its conservation, Project Hangul was launched by the government in 1970, even before Project Tiger. Project Hangul. Okay, so all this is very, very important for your prelims examination, environment section. Now, moving on. Okay, so look at this. It can be used as a case study for polity reference. A new initiative in Chhattisgarh is helping prisoners to get out of the legal maze swiftly. So here there is unique initiative of having Lok Adalat for under trials. Okay, Lok Adalats for under trial. All under trial who have been named in offences of CRPC that are heard by the judicial magistrate, such as petty theft, house trespass, cheating, are eligible for these adalats. Okay, so remember this. Over 450 prisoners have walked out free in Chhattisgarh after Lok Adalats, a first of kind initiative anywhere in the country, according to authorities, were set up in jails across the state. ठीक है, तो this is unique initiative because we know that the number of under trials in India is huge, and we know that the conviction rate for under trial is less. Our jails are crowded, flooded, I would say, by under trials, and justice is very distant for them. So this can be the unique initiative, especially for petty crimes like this. Okay. Now, Interpol launches Metaverse for global law enforcement. So the General Assembly session of this Interpol is going on in Delhi. So the on that occasion, 90th General Assembly session, Interpol launches Metaverse that allows registered users to take virtual tour of General Secretariat headquarters in France, Lyon, interact with other officers via their avatars, and even take training courses for forensic investigation and other policing skills. खुद का एक मेटावर्स उन्होंने लॉन्च किया हुआ है फॉर अवेयरनेस ऑफ पीपल हाउ इट वर्क्स. मिसलिनियस न्यूज है, रशियन रामलीला टू ट्रीट फॉर प्राइम मिनिस्टर इन अयोध्या. So our Prime Minister will be in Ayodhya for Deepavali celebrations, and there the Russian theatre will have the Russian Ram Leela program there, and our Prime Minister will attend that. So remember this as a part of miscellaneous aspect, although wherever our Prime Minister goes or inaugurates something, that becomes important for us. Also, India-Russia cultural relations, you can mention this in your answer, GS2 paper IR section. Now, center launches program to strengthen Kashi-Tamil Nadu bond. Okay, so this is the initiative under which government scheme? Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Okay, Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat is very important scheme launched in 2015, and this seeks to promote unity in diversity of the country. It wants to make aware the youth of country about the diversity, the cultural heritage, and for that purpose this initiative Kashi Tamil Sangamam, ठीक है, तो various programs will be there. As a part of program, 2,500 people divided into 12 groups would be traveling to Varanasi, let's say by train during this period. ठीक है, teachers, artisans, students, ये सब होंगे इसमें. Fine. Now, Center ISRO moved 2 days conference on ancient science. ठीक है, देहरादून में होगा ये. The name is, let's say, theme of the conference is Akash Tattva, the element Akash. We all know that, let's say, the ancient, what we can say, books talks about Pancha Mahabhut. Okay, they are made up of 5 elements. We can say human is made up of 5 elements. We say the earth, fire, water, wind, and air. ठीक है, तो basically the Akash Tattva we are talking here, the air is for this particular conference. Chandrayaan 3 mission will be launched, expected to be launched next year, August 2023. You should know that Chandrayaan 2 was let's say launched July 2019 aim to land a rover on lunar south pole. तो ये लैंड तो नहीं कर पाया, ये फेल हो गया था. Immediately after that Chandrayaan 3 was launched but design and engineering are different. बाकी मोटिव उसका एम सेम है, चंद्रयान 3 और चंद्रयान 2. ठीक है, more sophisticated and let's say to deal with the emergency situation, new design is being used here. Now UP bags honors at Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban Awards 2021. So first rank was given to UP, thereafter Madhya Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Ranking you can remember for prelims examination. Okay, now fine, this news is continuously in news, and already we have covered the discussion about there was 3-member panel by the government under the chairmanship of Chief Justice of India, former CJI KG Balakrishnan, to look into the matters related to declaring the Dalits who got converted into Islam religion or Christianity religion, and their we can say situation, social political situation at present, what kind of scenario they are facing. तो उसके लिए ये अभी 2 साल में रिपोर्ट देगा ये कमीशन जो है, कमिटी जो है. Now Tigray peace talks in South Africa. तो Tigray region many times in news, mapping section के लिए हमें पता होना चाहिए that any particular region facing some kind of conflict, civil conflict or any other violence that happened, it becomes part of now our prelims examination mapping section. So it is part of Ethiopia. Okay, so northeastern African nation Ethiopia, African country, it's in news because of this Tigray rebels. They continuously fight with Ethiopian authorities or armed forces. This is the Tigray region. You can see the northern part of Ethiopia. Northern part of Ethiopia. Fine. So remember this, it is part of Ethiopia country. Coming back. Okay, look at this news. Low export share lends opportunities, not gloom. So Commerce Secretary is saying that the countries are looking for 1+ strategy. You can use this in your answer. 1+ strategy, IR and GS3. What do you mean by 1+ strategy? Here you should understand it is related to supply chain, global supply chains. Before pandemic, what these countries followed is they were dependent on only one country. Dependent on only one country for supply of certain goods and services, or simply we can say as a part of supply chain. Now 1+ strategy is basically because dependency on certain one country can be problematic as observed during the pandemic. Like China, very important country in global supply chain, but China faced lot of problem during pandemic, and therefore global supply chains were disrupted completely. For that purpose, now these countries are looking for 1+ strategy. That means main country is there, but alternative. All world is looking for resilient supply chains post pandemic. Countries as well as businesses are looking for 1+ strategy to reduce dependent on any single supplier nation, and are keen to engage with India as an alternate to China and other Southeast Asian countries. So you can use this in your answer, such terminologies. Fine. Okay then, so other are sports. Now coming back to this PPT, mains related questions and thereafter MCQs. Look at this question. First question related to language. Language should be facilitator of हटा दीजिए, facilitator rather than barrier to uphold unity and integrity of India. Comment in the light of recommendations by Official Language Committee in its recent report. तो current affairs भी पता होना चाहिए, analysis भी पता होना चाहिए. Discuss the reasons why CCI fined Google company for its Android devices recently. Directly current affairs से हम question देख सकते हैं. Every year the issue of stubble burning gains importance, but the root cause of problem is not addressed with sustainable solution. एग्जामाइन में आपने इशू क्या है पहले बताना चाहिए, इसके लिमिटेशंस क्या है, प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव्स के, एंड देयर आफ्टर यू शुड गिव द वे फॉरवर्ड हियर. नाउ व्हाट शुड बी आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन? वेरी सिंपल, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. Groningen gas field recently seen in news are located in, just now we have seen the map of this gas field, so it is located in Netherlands. B is the correct answer, right? We have seen the map recently. Now India's first slender lorry sanctuary was recently set up in which of the following state of India? Current affairs, purely factual in nature, so Tamil Nadu is the state. C. Now consider the following statement about Pokkali paddy. Right, so Pokkali is ancient farming practice where one season of rice farming is alternated with another season of fish culture. Okay, so it's kind of complementary in nature. This is true. It involves salt tolerant variety of paddy. That is also true. Now it is traditionally practiced in Kerala. Yes, so traditional practice hai, ancient practice hai. So all three statements are correct. D should be the correct answer here. Fine. So we should be reading the current affairs or this The Hindu newspaper thoroughly, in depth, and extract maximum information relevant to our both prelims as well as mains examination, like we are doing here. Okay, so you can, if you like the video, of course you can click the like button, but yes, along with that you can help your other friends, telling them that what kind of value addition you are having by watching this video. Fine. Okay, let us stop then. Thank you.
The first step towards achieving your dreams is having the right coach. Get the best education with Lokman IAS and make your UPSC dreams come true. Download the app now.